We're almost home. Today, we're going to go through New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania, all the way home. Let's go see.
Hi, I'm Robbie. Hi, I'm Susie.
Hi, I'm Miss Carly, the teacher. It's time for
Hometime
with Robbie and Susie.
I have hands.
I have hands.
Watch me clap.
Watch me clap.
Oh, what a miracle am I have feet.
I have feet.
Watch me stand.
Watch me stand.
Oh, what a miracle am I. Oh, what a miracle. Oh, what a miracle. Every little part of me. I'm something special, so very special. There's nobody quite like me. I have arms.
I have arms.
Watch me swing.
Watch me swing.
Oh, what a miracle am I have legs.
I have legs.
They can bend and stretch.
They can bend and stretch.
Oh, what a miracle am I. Oh, what a miracle. Oh, what a miracle. Every little part of me. I'm something special, so very special. There's nobody quite like me. I have a spine.
I have a spine.
It can twist and bend.
It can twist and bend.
Oh, what a miracle am I have a 1 foot.
I have a 1 foot.
Watch me balance.
Watch me balance.
Oh, what a miracle am I. Oh, what a miracle. Oh, what a miracle. Every little part of me. I'm something special, so very special. There's nobody quite like me. There's nobody quite like me.
Hi everyone, how exciting. It's our last day of travelling around Australia and we're going to go to 3 different states. New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania. Let's see if you can see them on the map. Here's New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania all the way down here. Let's see where we left off in our story. Let's see all the amazing places that they are going to visit. When we got to Sydney, we parked our van in Uncle Pete's garden. Next day at the zoo, a baby elephant stared hungrily at my hat. So I ran. "No way," I yelled. "I like this hat." Uncle Pete's dog Bongo towed Luke all the way along Bondi Beach. One day, we went bushwalking in the Blue Mountains. Oil evaporating from the eucalyptus trees makes the blue haze. Mum and I imagined the kind of clothes the 3 sisters could wear. The 3 sisters are 3 rocks, can you see them? With all different dresses, that's a bit funny. On our last night in Sydney, we had a picnic overlooking the harbour. Cascading fireworks exploded across the sky and their reflections shimmered on the water. It felt like a farewell display just for us. That's amazing. Have you seen the fireworks that we've had before on New Year's Day? The cold country. On our way to the mountains, we stopped at Canberra and spent a whole day visiting galleries. Mum and I always liked the same paintings. Winter had arrived in the south. It was freezing at Mount Hotham. Billy and Luke and I had never seen snow before. We caught snowflakes on our mouths and wore socks and hands to keep them warm. Put socks on your hands, that's very silly. We crossed Bass Strait on a big ferry. The sea was rough. We felt sick. Luke turned pale green. In the Hobart Museum, we saw a stuffed Tasmanian tiger. I felt sad to think they were extinct. Mum tried to cheer me up. "You never know, Gracie," she said. "There might still be a tiger family in the bush." Do you think there's still Tasmanian tigers? When we went hiking at Cradle Mountain, I kept a lookout for tiger tracks. She really wants to find some Tasmanian tigers. It rained so much we played Monopoly for hours. Luke always won, even when Dad and Billy and I ganged up on him. Monopoly is a very fun game. At the end of the week, we drove back on the ferry and Billy said, "Are we there yet?" As they go into Victoria, one evening at Phillip Island, we watch little penguins surf, then waddle up on the beach like tiny elephants. Melbourne was crowded and fast after camping at the beach. The traffic noise kept me up all night. Winding along the Great Ocean Road, we stopped to look at the 12 apostles standing in the surf. The sea was wild and foaming, and we are nearly home. Look how far they have travelled, friends. Can you see they've started all the way down here? They've travelled all the way around Western Australia, the Northern Territory, Queensland, and they're coming down south now, and that Tasmania, and almost home. Finally, we are back at our house. Buffy was so pleased to see us. She jumped right into the car. I cuddled Tigger and called out to Bess. It was good to hear her whinny back. Billy woke up and said, "Are we there yet?" And we were. We were home. How amazing was that book, friends, and all the amazing places that we travelled around Australia with them. Should we take Robbie and Susie to finish off their trip? Here we are, and we're going to head south. Go all the way down Queensland, past Brisbane, New South Wales, like when they were in Sydney. Do we remember the fireworks they saw at the Sydney Harbour Bridge? And they come around Victoria, where they learned to juggle at St Kilda, down to Tasmania, where we might be able to see a Tasmanian tiger. And they come all the way back home, back where they started. Wow, that was such an amazing adventure. Thank you so much for coming on that journey with me. And I know Robbie and Susie loved it. Did you love it too? Now let's go and see all the amazing things we can learn about New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania. As we are learning about the wonderful 3 states of New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania, there's this little animal that lives in those areas in creek beds. He has 4 webbed feet, he likes to swim all day and eats worms and yabbies. Do you know what it is? That's right, it's a platypus, and I have a special song for us to sing. Would you like to sing it with me? All right, get your platypuses ready. Platypus swims all day, swims all day, swims all day. Platypus swims all day and has 4 webbed feet. Platypus has 4 webbed feet, 4 webbed feet, 4 webbed feet. Platypus has 4 webbed feet and eats worms and yabbies. Platypus eats worms and yabbies, worms and yabbies, worms and yabbies. Platypus eats worms and yabbies in the billabong. That was fantastic. We should do it one more time and you can sing it with me. Are you ready? Get your platypus ready. Platypus swims all day, swims all day, swims all day. Platypus swims all day and has 4 webbed feet. Platypus has 4 webbed feet, 4 webbed feet, 4 webbed feet. Platypus has 4 webbed feet and eats worms and yabbies. Platypus eats worms and yabbies, worms and yabbies, worms and yabbies. Platypus eats worms and yabbies in the billabong. You guys all did so good. Let's go see what we're going to learn about next.
I have so enjoyed travelling around Australia and learning about all the different states. Today, I have a book called Somewhere in Australia. I wonder where these animals are from. Can you recognise any of them? This one's tricky because it's a baby emu, so it still has its stripes. There's a baby platypus, a baby dingo, a baby kangaroo called a joey, a baby Tasmanian devil called a pup, a kookaburra, a snake, even more. Should we go see? Somewhere in Australia. All of these animals live in Australia. Let's see which part. Somewhere in Australia, in a land of scorching sun, lived a mother kangaroo and her little Joey one. Hop, said the mother. I hop, said the one. And they hopped all over the scorching land by the sun. Where could this be in Australia? I think the scorching sun is all the way through here. Kangaroos, in fact, live all around Australia, so it could be even Tasmania, Victoria or New South Wales. It could be anywhere. Let's see what's next. In the centre of Australia, near a place called Uluru, lived a mother kookaburra and her little chicks too. 1, 2. Laugh, said the mother. We laugh, said the two, as they laughed and they flew over a rock called Uluru. Do you remember where Uluru is? We've learned about it this week. That's right, it's right in the middle, right here in Northern Territory, basically in the middle of Australia. Kookaburras might live in your backyard, and kookaburras in fact live in all of the states. Some of them have different coloured wings, bluer, and some of them are lighter, but they all live all around Australia. It's a beautiful bird. On the east coast of Australia, in a river flowing out to sea, lived a mother platypus and her platypus pups 3. 1, 2, 3. Swim, said the mother. We swim, said the 3, as they swim in a river that flowed out to the sea. East coast. Where could that be? Remember, this is north, south, west, and over here is the east. So it's on the east coast with a river flowing out to sea. That could be near you. Do you have a river that flows out to the sea? There could be a mama platypus and her platypus pups. Go have a look and see. Ooh. In Australia's Apple Isle, on a rainforest floor, lived a mother Tassie devil and her little devils 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Growl, said the mother. We growl, said the 4, as they growled and they foraged on the rainforest floor. Wow, now this can only be in one place. Tasmanian devils live in this little island down here called Tasmania. That's what we're discovering today. In fact, that's the only place they live in the whole world. How amazing is that? On the mainland of Australia, where gum trees grow and thrive, lived a mother dingo and her dingo pups 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Howl, said the mother. We howl, said the 5, as they howled and they played where gum trees grow and thrive. Can you see the beautiful gum trees? Do you have a gum tree at your house? Look at all the pups howling with their mum. Now, I wonder where the gum trees grow. Do they grow in the desert over here? No, they grow all along the coastline, even down here and some over here. So the dingoes could be living in lots of different places. In fact, there's an island over here called Fraser Island where there's lots of dingoes. So I think maybe they're from over this side. What do you think? At the top end of Australia, in a land of spinifex, lived a mother death adder and her little 6 snakes. Slither, said the mother. We slither, said the 6, as they slither and they hide amongst the spinifex. Let's see if we can find them hiding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The spinifex is a very sharp plant, so all the other animals don't want to get in there, but the snakes can slither in and be very, very safe. This is a smart mother. Now, the top end of Australia. Do you think this is the top? Or this is the top? You got it. This is the top. And that's right, they live up here in the spinifex grass. In the outback of Australia, where nothing much is living, sat Mother Thorny Devil and her little lizards 7. Bask, said the mother. We bask, said the 7, as they basked and they sunned where nothing much is living. Bask, what could that mean? It means that they were laying in the sun and soaking up all the rays so they have energy to move and eat and have yummy things. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the outback of Australia. Where could that be? That's right, all this beautiful desert, especially thorny devils like to live in Western Australia and up here in Northern Territory where it's very, very hot and very, very red dirt. Can you see all the red dirt? On the west coast of Australia, where the grass trees flower late, lived a mother emu and her little chicks 8. Run, said the mother. We run, said the 8. As they run and they pecked, they were where the grass flowers flowered late. 8 chicks. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they're stripy, just like the one on the front cover. Very cool. And here are the flowers flowering late. Maybe they're eating the yummy, yummy seeds, pecking them off the ground. Now, on the west coast, do we know where the west coast is? If this is the east coast, that's right, this is the west coast. And emus do love to live along the west coast, especially around here and all the way up to there. It's beautiful and dry so that they can eat all the seeds. In the Blue Mountains of Australia, near a womalone pine, lived a mother green frog and her little froglets 9. Jump, said the mother. We jump, said the 9, as they jumped and they leaped near a woollamon pine. Whoa, 8 babies. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 jumping frogs in the Blue Mountains. Do any of you know where the Blue Mountains are? That's right, New South Wales. They're beautiful mountains covered in eucalyptus trees that make them look blue, and that's why they're called the Blue Mountains. You might get to visit it one day. Along Australian southern shores on a wattle tree stem lived a mother redback spider and her little spiders 10. Hunt, said the mother. We hunt, said the 10, as they hunted for their quarry on a wattle tree stem. What's a quarry? Maybe it's some yummy food that they're finding. Let's see if we can find all 10 redback spiders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where are the others? Here they are, 9, 10. Now it says along the southern shores. A wattle tree. I wonder if you've got a wattle tree near you. But southern, so we know this is the Northern Territory, this is Western Australia, and this is the east coast where we live. So south is down here, and this is South Australia. And there's a lot of wattle trees along the southern edge of South Australia. I think that's where these redback spiders live, but they do live in other parts of Australia too. All across Australia in the dreams of little sleepy ones are sand and sea, bush and desert, the land of the scorching sun. All the babies are going to sleep now and dreaming about where they live. What a beautiful book. Thank you for reading it with me. One of the animals that lives close to us is the dingo, and I have a song about it. Would you like to sing it with me? Are you ready? In Australia lives a dog and dingo is his name. Oh, D-I-N-G-O, 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 and dingo is his name. Oh, he does not bark, but he can howl, and dingo is his name. Oh, D-I-N-G-O, 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 and dingo is his name. Oh, did you like it? Do you remember how the dingoes in our book howled with their mother? That's what we're doing. You want to sing it again? Here we go. In Australia lives a dog and dingo is his name. Oh, D-I-N-G-O, 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 and dingo is his name. Oh, he does not bark, but he can howl, and dingo is his name. Oh, D-I-N-G-O, 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 and dingo is his name. Oh, okay, this time we're going to clap when we say D-I-N-G-O. You ready to do it? One more time. In Australia lives a dog and dingo is his name. Oh, and dingo is his name. Oh, he does not bark, but he can howl, and dingo is his name. Oh, and dingo is his name. Oh, I loved singing that with you, and you could sing it so many different ways. Thank you so much for joining us. I wonder what experience we're going to do next. Hey everyone, as we continue to travel around Australia today, we have been learning about New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania. And today, I'm so excited, we get to talk about Sydney, the capital city of New South Wales.
That is so exciting. I can't wait.
Yes, well, in our story today, we went to Sydney and we saw fireworks at the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. Have you been there before?
I have. Have you?
Yes. I went to the Opera House and I went inside and I sat down in the auditorium and I watched some beautiful ballet dancers dancing on stage. It was amazing to see.
Did you know that the Wiggles have been there?
What?
And Emma Wiggle drove her big red car there too.
Wow, out the front of the Opera House, amazing. I've driven over the Harbour Bridge before, have you?
Yes, I have as well.
Many times. I wonder if you have. You might have even walked across the Harbour Bridge. I've walked across the Harbour Bridge when it's vivid time and you get to see all the beautiful lights, including on the Opera House.
That is fantastic.
He's very cool. So today we are going to make not one but two. I'm going to make the Harbour Bridge and my friend here is going to make the Opera House. Are you ready to join us? Excellent. So what have you got here?
I've got some black paper and some different coloured blues. This is going to be my night sky. I'm going to put some fireworks and I've got a paper plate to also cut out to make my Opera House.
Excellent. Night sky and some beautiful, beautiful fireworks for New Year's Eve. I love it. Well, I have a plate, 2 cups, oops, 1, 2, just one black texter and a pair of scissors. I wonder if you have these at home. Maybe you could join along. Okay, let's get started. What are you going to do first?
I think I'm going to do the water at the front, just like here on the picture.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
I'm going to cut out little pieces, I think, so I could get both colours and I'm going to glue them on. Maybe you have some glue at home, some sticky, sticky glue.
Excellent. Well, while you do that, I think I'm going to start with my paper plate. Now, if we look at the Harbour Bridge, can you see it's a little bit like my paper plate? It's the same shape, so it's already made. So I'm going to cut this paper plate in half to make the shape of the Harbour Bridge. Scissors can be sharp, so we might need some help. You might be able to ask your teacher or an adult at home. There we go. Can you see my Harbour Bridge? What do you think it might be missing? All these black steel poles. Did you know that it takes all year to paint the Harbour Bridge? And then when they're finished, they turn around and they just do it again. So I'm going to draw some of these steel beams that keep the bridge suspended over the water so the boats can go underneath. So to do that, I'm going to follow the paper plate and draw an arch and then a top arch. How are you going?
While you're doing that, I have glued some different blues on the bottom to make the water, and now I'm going to use my scissors to cut out all the different shapes out of my paper plate to make the big white arches on the opera house.
Wow, and the paper plate's white.
It's perfect. I don't even need to colour it in.
Even better. Did you know that my husband, he is a sound engineer, which means that he listens for lots of different sounds. And one of his job is to find out how an orchestra, do you know what an orchestra is? They can play violins, and they could be singing or playing trumpets, all sorts of things in their band. And they sit in the opera house, and he works out where they should sit so that sound can sound beautiful for the audience. He could do that in the opera house, or he could do that in a school hall, lots of different places. And his boss helped build the opera house. Pretty cool, hey? And they worked out exactly how the walls should go, how the seats should go, so that everybody that sits in the opera house can hear the orchestra beautifully.
That's fantastic. I have cut out all my little white pieces, so now I'm going to use a stapler to help put them onto my piece of paper. Maybe you need to ask an adult for help at home.
Good idea. Now I've drawn my two big arches. I'm going to put some crosses across so that they can stay together. There's a flag on top of the harbour bridge. In fact, there's two. Do you know which flags they could be? Let's think about it. Because we're talking about Australia, what are our number 2 flags that represent Australia? You got it. The Indigenous Australian flag with the red, yellow and black, and the Australian flag with the blue Southern Cross and the stars. They're both on our amazing harbour bridge.
That's so cool. I have put all my little white triangles, and it's starting to look a bit like the opera house, don't you think? Now, because in the night sky, on New Year's Eve they have fireworks, so I'm going to use my glue and some pretty glitter to make some fireworks. Just going to put it along here in some strokes. I think I might do this colour. I think it's a purple or a silver. Can't tell, but how exciting. It's a surprise. It's silver, and we'll give it a shake and see how it turns out. Are you ready? Look at that! I made a firework!
Oh, I love it. So beautiful.
Thank you. I might add a couple of more colours on there to light up the sky.
Great. Maybe you could show our friends how you put the glue on and what happens.
I am putting the glue on a cotton tip, and I'm just putting it along my paper in lines and strokes, just like that. So when I put the glitter on, it sticks into that shape to make the firework. Can you see that?
Beautiful. Well, I finished decorating my harbour bridge, and now I need it to stand up. Oh, it doesn't work. So, just like the real harbour bridge, I'm going to use the paper cups for a pylon. And I have cut through here. I'm going to make another cut. So I get down the bottom and snip, 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 snip. And then I'm going to put it in here, slide it in. Does that help? Oh, so much better. And then I get the other side and slide it in. And then I have my pylons. Did you know on the harbour bridge in Australia, in Sydney, you can actually walk up the pylons and you can see the harbour underneath and watch the boats as they travel underneath. Show us. Let's see how it goes.
We'll give it a big shake to get all the glitter off.
Good
And
idea.
wow, look at the sky. Look at all those fireworks. doesn't that look fantastic?
That looks amazing. I love it. And did you know that when it's fireworks time, the Sydney Harbour Bridge is where all of the fireworks comes from under here, and it's the first fireworks that's been sent around the world.
Wow, that is so cool. Does that look like the pictures all together?
I think so. What a great time they're having. Thank you so much for joining us as we travelled around Australia this week. We loved learning about all of the different things, and we got to finish with a party.
Yay!
See you next time.
Bye.